I'm back. Earlier than expected. Hello again. Zack Attack is here at my WWE Raw review for this Monday, August the 20th, 2018, from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. The aftermath on the wall side of things for Summerslam. I wasn't supposed to be here right now. I was starting to end my vacation today, hoping to end my vacation in Bristol, Tennessee. Had a great vacation nonetheless. But unfortunately, the weather in Bristol was too bad for us to travel for a drag race. We didn't want to get rained down on or watch shitty races because of the rain. So we had to go home early. But I had a good time nonetheless with the two state fairs. So some great concerts. And he went to a independent wrestling show. Progress, UK company, just happened to be in Chicago when I was in the area to check out some things. I got to meet some guys. Got some sign. I don't know if you can see them good or not for my phone. But it's me and Flash Morgan Rapster, the mod father. There you go. That was cool. And we're both going to meet British Strong Style. They were there at the show. Yep. Trent Seven, Tyler Bate, and Pete Dunne. Yes, Pete Dunne bit my sign the way he bites onto his UK title. That was awesome. Yeah, Bruiserweight, if you can see my sign. Bruiserweight spelled wrong, but hey, it was still awesome. I was doing my little mustache thing for them. So I had a fun time on the trip. I was able to watch both NXT TakeOver and SummerSlam from my campsite in Indiana, and I did not make any reviews because I didn't want to make my neighbors up. I like TakeOver. Ricochet Adam Cole was amazing. Stunned that Ricochet won. Love the opener involving Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven. Week after seeing them wrestle. They wrestled in a Spirit Era in a great match. Matt Riddle was in the crowd. He was at that Progress show in Chicago. It was one of his last indie dates before he went on to NXT. He lost a fatal 4-way that had Trent Seven in it. A guy named Brody won. And Pete Dunne was at Brooklyn, but he was at NXT taping before TakeOver against Zach Gibson, Liverpool's #1, who was also at the Progress show. I also have EC3 against the Dream. The women's title match, also interested in stunned that Kairi Sane won, beat Shayna Baszler. Again, this time for the women's championship. And Gargano Ciampa for 3, supposed to be triple threat, but Aleister Black's injured. It's going to suck if Aleister Black has to miss the house show in Royal Oak. Going to NXT in September. But looking forward to seeing Ciampa Gargano again. I've seen him once. Maybe we'll see him again. The ending was interesting. It wasn't as good as the matches in Chicago, Nolan's. I think they didn't want to kill each other this time. So it was a fun match. Gargano cost himself again. Ciampa won. And then heading towards Summer, I thought SummerSlam was good. There were some bad parts of it, but it was mostly good. Give you some of my thoughts on the SummerSlam card as Raw goes on tonight. And Raw after SummerSlam was a decent Raw tonight. One of the few Raws after SummerSlam, they have no NXT call-ups. I think they realized the NXT call-ups have not been doing well lately. So probably not going to need call-ups at all. Even with Velveteen Dreams call me up Vince Trunks. So, I think SmackDown kicked Raw's ass. SmackDown the better matches, even with the shittier endings at SummerSlam. Loved AJ and Samoa Joe. Loved Joe. You think Ciampa's a heel? Joe's a big heel. Loved that match. Loved D by Miz. That feud's not over yet, especially with the screwy finish. Loved the match against New Day and Bludgeon Brothers better than expected. Even triple threat women's title match. The wrong woman won. Charlotte won over Becky Lynch, but I'm glad Becky turned heel. Great story. And even the mixed tag match was decent with Andrade and Selena defeating Rusev Day with no in English. The only second match of SmackDown is Nakamura and Hardy wasn't good, and no Owen involvement at all. So, but back to Raw. Decent Raw tonight after SummerSlam. Some good action, a great main event with a very interesting ending. And as you see by my subtitle, we saw a scenario that, with the return of a certain lunatic last week to be in the corner of a certain architect helping him recapture the IC Championship at Summerslam on Sunday. We knew this scenario was going to happen eventually, sooner or later, with the Lunatic back. But we didn't think the scenario was going to happen sooner than later. We thought it would be later and not sooner. Indifferent thoughts to it. But let's start with the beginning of our show, which had the scenario we were hoping to avoid. Roman Reigns walking on a SummerSlam as the Universal Champion. Damn, Wong. I predicted that Braun Strowman was going to cash in on on Roman or Lesnar. Damn. Me and many others were sadly wrong. Not only did he destroy Kevin Owens and squash him, we even see KO tonight. His career might be done after this. This Strowman feud did nothing for him. With Sami Zayn out for almost a year, don't know what they're going to do with Owens next. He's got squashed in 2 minutes. Anywho, Roman Lesnar main event. Sucky. And they had Strowman come out first to make sure the fans didn't hijack the match like they did at Mania. And then he was taken out by Lesnar in the match to avoid a cash in. And the crowd didn't shit on the ending as much, but people were still pissed on social media about Roman Reigns walking out. One of the lose-lose scenarios. But at least we didn't have Lesnar winning. Happy we didn't see Lesnar win. But damn it, Roman won. And he walked out of SummerSlam as champion, walked into Raw as champion, and getting booed as usual. Talked about how he wants to be a fighting champion and doesn't want to be like Brock Lesnar. Now that we do have a full-time champ again. He wants to challenge a guy who did win the Universal Championship in Brooklyn in 2016, but never got his rematch. Finn Balor. Yes, finally, after 2 years, and after being misused since his comeback, Finn Balor has finally got an opportunity to challenge for the Universal Championship and getting his rematch once and for all. But the man he squashed himself in 2 minutes with the Demon Balor. Happy to see Demon Balor back, even though it was kind of weird to see Demon Balor brought back for a shitty-ass feud with Baron Corbin. Constantinople Corbin. He came out to try to spoil the party. He wasn't happy that they made a last-minute change. He thought he was fighting Finn the Man, not the Demon. He wanted another match against Finn the Man tonight. There's a feud that needs to end. But thankfully, Kurt Angle came out to overrule the Constable, who has this fake power play, and did make the Roman Balor match official for tonight. And Strowman said later on he was going to cash in tonight. See how all that comes into play into our main event. But let's get started. After that segment, we do have our first match. Angle made an impromptu match involving Baron Corbin and a man that surprisingly wasn't even a SummerSlam card at all. Even the insult of being removed from the poster outside the Barclays Center. And I'm surprised not only did he not wrestle, I thought he was going to be involved somewhat in the Elias segment. I haven't looked through Elias lately, but he wasn't involved in that. Bobby Lashley. Crowd didn't give a fuck about this match. Crowd did something like when you have an international crowd after Mania or after SummerSlam, you expect a rowdy little chanty and beach balling crowd. Thank God I didn't see any beach balls as I know of. I think there was beach ball last night. That's about it. Despite the fans kind of shitty on this with random chants like Rusev Day and all that, it was still an okay little match with these two. I did like a move that Corbin did. Like, he kind of bumped Lashley out of the ropes into the floor. He landed pretty hard on that. And that's when he took advantage for most of the match after a quick offensive fury from Lashley early. But after Corbin did the advantage of that little push out of the ring and tumble from Lashley and attacking all over the ring and doing a big neck breaker, Lashley did make the big comeback. And he didn't do like the vertical suplex and all that. He actually did like a kind of an interesting new finish. Sure. And a 1-2-3 victory for Bobby Lashley. Here's a guy who beat Roman Reigns at Extreme Rules and wasn't even on the SummerSlam card. After losing to Reigns the next week for Reigns to get a shot against Lesnar for the period of time and finally get to beat him. So there you go. Okay, little match. Let's move on. We had a segment with Paul Heyman appearing. One, to ask the commissioner's GM, Kurt Angle, but when will Brock Lesnar get his Universal title rematch? He wanted a Hell in a Cell, but Angle's not giving it to him. Hopefully, never. Hopefully, Lesnar will be just like every other Universal Champion never gets his rematch. Owens never got a rematch. Balor's finally getting a rematch after 2 fucking years. And hopefully it takes Lesnar that same amount of time to get his rematch. He should never get a rematch. Ever! Anywho, our next scenario, another match. As we have a 6-woman tag. As the Boston Hug connection with Ember Moon. Glad to see Ember Moon being used lately. She has been used after her little mini feud with the Wyatt Squad, beating them a couple times before Sarah Logan beat Ember in her first singles loss. Speaking of Sarah Logan, we would have the Ruby Wyatt Squad in full. Obviously, we'll be back a few weeks ago in a 6-woman tag. Ruby had some momentum on her side. She did beat Sasha in a singles match last week, thanks to some shenanigans from Wyatt Squad members. Can't keep up momentum this evening. We'll get a little match here. Fun little 6-man woman. There was a little botch from Ember. Rarely see Ember miss anything. After a little fury in the inside, the heels got tossed to the outside. Both Bayley and Sasha did a double fly move onto Liv and Ruby. That left Sarah Logan prone to an Ember Moon dive. But Ember completely crashed and burned. Completely missed the mark. Didn't even hit Sarah at all. Almost like when Charlotte missed Becky Lynch when she did a big moonsault off the top rope onto the floor last night. Got more of Carmella than Becky in that spot. Kind of a weird Ember mess. But then the Wyatt Squad took control, isolating Bayley in the corner before Sasha did get the hot tag in with her double knees and all that stuff. But the shenanigans on the floor would cost Sasha yet again, as Ruby got the legal tag in, and she would not only take advantage of the distraction, but would deliver the Wyatt kick and pin Sasha for the 2nd straight week in a row, this time in a tag match. So it's kind of cool to see Ruby Wyatt getting momentum. I thought it'd be 50-50 booking, having Ruby win this week, or last week, and have Sasha win this week, but thankfully they had no 50-50 booking this week. Instead, neither of these women won SummerSlam's card, but hey, nice to see him tonight. And seeing the Wyatt Squad win. And seeing Ruby win 2 weeks in a row. So and I'm happy to inserting Ruby in there. And not only that, inserting Ember in there, because she has been involved in Wyatt Squad before Ruby got back. You know, brawling for weeks about, it seemed like endless weeks of her taking on either Logan one week and Liv the next week, back and forth for weeks, and then she finally lost to Logan and hasn't been used since until she had to replace Natalya last week in a match against Alexa Bliss after the untimely passing of Natalya's father, Jim the Neidhart. Rest in peace. Speaking of rest in peace, a man that sadly will not have his career rest in peace is The Undertaker. After such a great send-off at Mania 33, he returned at Mania 34 against John Cena, and he wrestled against Rusev at the Greatest Royal Rumble ever in a classic match, and it was official a few weeks ago that he will once again taint his career more, as he would not only taint his career by wrestling more, but taint a great, like I said, he had a great ending, a great send-off at Mania 33. Not only did he ruin Never Come Back at all, he's also going to ruin a great ending to his match against Triple H at Mania 28 by wrestling each other again for what they call the last time ever. Because I love the end of the era match. Triple H came out tonight to have a match that's not even until October. You know, usually after SummerSlam, they hype the next pay-per-view, which is Hell in a Cell. No hyping for Hell in a Cell. More hyping for the Super Showdown in Sydney. Melbourne, should I say. Hopefully they don't do like they did the Greatest Royal Rumble, have Hell in a Cell be an afterthought. Like, Backlash was an afterthought to the Greatest Royal Rumble, and it showed. Backlash is one of the worst shows of the year. Anywho, Triple H delivered an embarrassing promo saying he did not want to take on Taker, because he did not want to take the memory of the end of an era match. But money in Vince talks. With a big stadium to be filled up, they need some big matches for that. You got Cena and Owens, and hopefully Owens wins after getting. I said, what's next for Owens? Hopefully not losing to Cena again at Melbourne. And a good little promo here, saying Taker will face out one more time. The feelings that we had, the era is back. So it's kind of a weird way to have this match being built, but hey, it's happening. So There you go. Now on to a singles matchup. As Dean Ambrose will return to singles action, he came back last week to be in the corner of Seth freaking Rollins as he would take on Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, Ambrose will take on Ziggler tonight with McIntyre in his corner. And I loved Ambrose, his friend Rollins against Ziggler at SummerSlam. I'm happy that Ambrose and McIntyre didn't get involved, but didn't get involved that much. They were used minimal, and they were used for the finish. They're getting ready to open up the main show with Rollins winning. I heard maybe because Dolph Ziggler didn't sign a new contract, that's probably why he dropped the title. But maybe we had another reason why, especially with the handing of Raw tonight. So, with McIntyre and Rollins at ringside, we have Ambrose in his first singles match since returning last week. He looked pretty good there, getting some new moves out. Hey, he's got a new bod, new manned up bod, and a new hairdo. So he's got a new repertoire to go along with a new look. But like last night, we did have the shenanigans. Drew McIntyre and Rollins, they get physical in the ring. And I'm surprised none of the guys in the ring got DQ. Because Ambrose got his hands on Drew in a good little spot where Drew got in the ring a little bit and got speared out of the ring by Rollins with a little dive outside the ring. And with that distraction, Ziggler, despite trying to go for his big moves, would be sucked into the distraction, led into the dirty deeds and the victory for Dean Ambrose. So fun match between these two with the shenanigans aside. Great first victory back for Dean Ambrose. Now on to our next affair involving Elias, who had a SummerSlam moment being ruined by a broken guitar. We thought we'd get more into that tonight by saying that it was Lashley who broke it and rigged this guitar, but it was not to be. Instead, Elias berated his crew and berated the crowd. And he was about to sing his song he was hoping to do at SummerSlam. He did get interrupted. Not by Lashley, but by Kurt Hawkins. One to make Elias a #1 hit. His #1 win after losing 218 times. The Detroit Lions of the WWE. Because Lions are lovable losers of the NFL that we want to see them do well, but they keep losing every time. How's the preseason again? At least it ain't regular season yet. At least you get the heartache out of the way for preseason to get prepared for disappointment for the regular season. Anyway, I would say go Bears, but Bears suck too. Anyway, so Kurt wanted to challenge Elias then and there, and they didn't have an impromptu match. And Hawkins did try to get some offense in, but after a big jumping knee from Elias, he would pounce on Hawkins before delivering the inevitable drift away and the victory for Elias and 0-2-19 for Kurt Hawkins. We haven't seen him on TV in a few weeks. But at least hey, he shows up every once in a while to try to break his streak, but it's not going to happen. But hey, we saw Brock Lesnar's streak of 502 days as Universal Champion come to an end. We can see Kurt Hawkins win a match one day. One man can dream. Speaking of men who can dream about not being in a position that's better than they are now, is Titus Worldwide. They took on AOP yet again. This is the feud that needs to end. It needs to end, my friend. AOP won. Let's move on. Titus got taken out early, and it basically came down to a handicap match. With Paul getting the point before being laid up in the last chapter. AOP has not been doing well since they've been called up. Not only did they lose Paul Ellering, but proved they need a mouthpiece by having a promo a few weeks ago, and they sucked at it. They're trying, but they needed a manager. They needed Paul Ellering to stay. I know he didn't want to work the schedule, but he was much missed. So after that, we would have a special presentation of the Raw Women's Championship as Stephanie McMahon came out with the whole women's roster surrounding the win. Be more specific, the Raw Women's roster, including Bliss, who was in a sling. The match against her and Rousey, the inevitable. Rousey ended up winning the Raw Women's Championship too soon for her, but WWE wants publicity and they want money. Especially with a $2 billion deal with Fox. So they want the money and publicity. And it was kind of a squasher. But hey, it needed to be the right length. It was the right length to not expose one of the weaknesses. So with Stephanie trying to take all the credit for Rousey's popularity, especially she was Rousey's first match in a tag match at WrestleMania with Angle and Rousey against Triple H and Stephanie. So Stephanie's bragging about herself. That's why probably everyone didn't want to see Stephanie at all, because she makes it more about her than about the women. And Rousey saw that. She wanted the women who were outside the ring to be in the ring for the presentation. Instead, it was like, Rousey's not caring about you. She's want to break your arms. She's going to be breaking everyone's arms until she's the only one standing. Blah, 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 blah. And Rousey's like, oh, I'm not going to break everyone's arms. Just the ones who deserve it. And just like the night of the WrestleMania, Rousey, yet again, locked in the armbar on Stephanie and broken her arm once again. In Raw Women's Roster, surrounding Rousey at the end of mostly the good girls. The heels kind of came to Stephanie's aid, like Ruby Riott and the Riott Squad, Alicia Fox, and Bliss came to the aid of Stephanie. And all the good girls were standing, and I'm surprised we didn't see a turn from Nikki. There is rumor about Nikki Bella main eventing Evolution with Ronda Rousey. Oh. And we're going to get Bliss against Trish. That's going to be intriguing. But it's kind of weird. You're not going to get a Trish Lita revival or even a Trish Mickie James revival. Heck, even Trish and Sasha. That was kind of teased at Royal Rumble. But we're going to get Trish and Bliss. My current favorite woman, and one of my favorite women's wrestlers of all time, taking on each other. So, there you go. I hope Bliss had a good birthday as much as I did. Because, as I mentioned in my last review, we both share a birthday August 9th. So now Stephanie was being checked on the back by the officials, including Constable Corbin. Angle came down, and Stephanie berated Angle for not taking care of the Raw superstars and not being out there for the presentation and making sure that Rousey didn't want love shot on her. And Corbin, being the checking balances for Stephanie, was applauding with Stephanie agreeing with Angle's tirade as GM, especially putting Balor and Corbin in a bump to match against last year night and putting him in a match against Demon Balor without his knowledge at SummerSlam. So they're sending Angle on vacation, and Corbin is now the acting GM. Adds some more intrigue to this storyline with Corbin having this fake power, and now he's got real power. Now he's the active GM until Angle's vacation's over. So we'll see how long that vacation lasts for Kurt Angle. Is he being out, we're not for real or whatever? We'll see how this storyline ends up. Now on to 2 singles matches involving the B Team, Go, 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 and the Revival. Revival needed revenge after, man, I've said this about these guys, I've been big fans of theirs in NXT, but man, they've been fucked up. I mean, roster, bad booking, bad luck. We saw them lose the pre-show match for the tag team titles, but got a little bit of revenge as both members got individual wins. Tonight, first, Scott Wilder defeated Bo Dallas, isolating Bo's face before getting the win there. And then Dash Wilder went immediately into a singles match against Curtis Axel and won. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first matches, singles or tag, that the B Team has lost since becoming the B Team. You know, they've been undefeated. Well, undefeated in tags, but they lost singles matches. They made that clear at the end, saying, you may have beat us in singles, but we're still the tag champs. So there you go. We're going to rematch eventually, but it's too little too late for the Revival to be revived. Now on to a match that is also kind of too late, but hey, we'll take it. Finn Balor finally getting his obligatory Universal title rematch. Good news. Yeah, he's got a rematch. Bad news. It's against Roman. A man that Finn's beaten before, though. 2 years ago, to determine who would face Seth Rollins in the match for the Universal Championship at SummerSlam 2016, Finn would defeat Roman Reigns. Clean, my ad. Could he do it again? He tried. Fun match, though. Finn came out with his big moves, the sling blades and the splashes. And then Roman with Bruce weighing down, coming with his big moves. The big clothesline, Samoan drops. He did get a couple Superman punches in. And he did couple, and then near towards the end of the match, after another Superman punch or two, as he was setting up for a spear, Braun Strowman, he did tease a cash in, like I mentioned, but got thwarted. He came out, wanting to cash in. He distracted Woman for a second. The Woman got sucked into a sling blade, and we thought, oh my god, it was gonna not happen. Woman's not gonna win. Finn's gonna win finally. But as he went for the sling blade, after that, going for the coup de grace, Woman sadly got out of the way, and the inevitable did happen. Woman got the spear in the victory. Man, I was so happy for this match, though, even though I knew, and I think we all knew, despite all of our good efforts to have Finn finally fucking win, this Woman experiment, they've been having this chase for so long. We didn't want Woman to chase after the belt again. You know, we don't need this never-ending chase for the Universal title for Woman story. Just have the belt for a while, then have Woman be cashed in on to end our misery. We almost got that misery being ended. After the match, after Woman won, Strowman was trying to cash in. He ended the belt, the briefcase to the referee, and JoJo announced he was going to cash in. But, mind you, the bell did not ring yet. It never did ring. Strowman never really cashed in because at that moment the bell was about to ring. Sierra Hotel, Sheild. All of a sudden, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins came out. Sheild gear and everything. And beat the crap out of Strowman to avoid a Woman getting cashed in on. So, the Sheild reunion's back on again. I said this in the beginning. We kind of knew the scenario was going to happen eventually with Ambrose's return. But we didn't expect it to be this soon. Because we did have that Sheild reunion in October of last year. That was great until Woman got sick before TLC with the mumps. And then Ambrose got hurt in December. They aired all of that. But now they're picking up where they left off. And they laid out Strowman. A lot of fans are happy about this, but a lot of people aren't because it's a protection for Woman. It's like, oh, we're only having a Sheild reunion, so Woman can be made champion. But it was still a fun segment of holy shit chant from the crowd. And there was a little bit of distraction. I didn't even mention this. There was a distraction from the crowd later on. There was asshole chant. Was it a beach ball again? But the crowd got back into the match eventually in the main event. And then we saw the Sheild beat down on Strowman. And Strowman tried to outrun the numbers. But at the end of the day, he got triple powerbomb by the Sheild to end the segment and the end wall. Wow, what a ton of events. I kind of like this, but I kind of feel like other fans I've seen on social media that they're only doing this to save Woman. They're only having the Sheild reunite to protect Woman from getting cashed in on. Because every opportunity that someone's going to have to cash in, the Sheild will be there. So are they heels? Are they tweeters? Who knows? Especially now with Rollins as the new IC champion. It's kind of a weird thing to have him turn heel just after winning the IC championship at Summerslam on Sunday. So, kind of interesting planning here. So we'll see how this all ends up being. So that is it for my Raw review. Thank you so much for watching. With that in mind, you've been attacked by the review from Zach. See you later. Bye-bye.